I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, welcome everybody. All right, 5 o'clock. Open up the meeting for pledge. Motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on February 11th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion to approve the financial statement for the month of February of 2025. Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. Okay, I have nobody on the agenda to talk. We'll move right on to my correspondence. Okay, comprehensive plan, let's talk about that. I know there was some questions on that, the last meeting. You might have missed that, Kevin and Dean, but there was just some comments that were coming back. I think it was on Oneida County. Nothing crazy though. It seemed to be some typos, some clarifications, some corrections. Yeah, did you? Okay, all right. Did anybody have any questions on anything on that? I did not, but just making sure before we move forward that we weren't missing anything. Yeah, so they were repeating a couple things. Yeah, I just deleted some. Then we're going to add in some grants that we can always go for, so that's always good. Nothing too crazy. I don't think there was anything that was out of the point. All right, so that being said, we're looking probably to do a public hearing for this, to move it along and try to get it in the books. Do you want to try to do something like this before like the next meeting? Does that work for everybody, like the 15 minutes before, or do you want to do a special one? 15 minutes before?
15 minutes.
Okay, all right. You good with that too, Dee?
I'm good with that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, all right, okay, so, let's see, so we're gonna do a resolution to schedule the public hearing for the proposed, presenting the, comprehensive plan for approval on the next board meeting, the 8th? Yeah, April 8th at 4:45.
Motion in a second, please.
I'll make the motion.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. Everyone, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you. Let's see, MS4, there's no comments received, so we'll submit those to DEC, but there was nothing right out of the Yep, no issues there. We need to transfer 5,000 for the, was it water bond? Or
Yep.
Yeah, it was a water bond, they were just short when we brought it over. It's 100,000, this is the last payment I was
That's it.
told?
Yeah.
Wow, how many years do you think that was, Joe?
20, so 01, this all, so probably 25 years.
Wow. I think you get that loan on a truck, huh?
Yeah. So,
Be like $10 a month. Okay. Okay. So we're looking to transfer the 5,000 to SW 83040.4 to SW 9730.6. Can I get a motion on that, please? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
so that's nice, not
Yeah.
having a bond again until the bond is paid off, so,
That's huge.
yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, we talked about that for years before that's done. I wasn't sure if it was the one from the Boulevard. But
Well, that was sewer they all talked about.
Okay.
They all have a big thing about that.
Was this Woman City then? Or
That was White Falls.
White Falls. Yeah. Wow. I feel like it was
Started
put in.
when I started.
Damn. All right, feels like that's always so new up there that it just,
Yeah.
it was just, you know,
Once
last
a
year.
year, it's 20 years.
Yeah.
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 They put it online in 06,
Okay, that's great.
because they were remember, I don't know if you were here, you might not have, they were holding us up because the districts weren't all identified.
Oh,
So that was the selling point for the DEC.
oh,
They said, well, until you get it all done, we're not, well, you turn on the new system, so everything's done now.
okay, all right, oh, good.
Yeah,
Good,
so-
good. That's great. For the new bond, right?
Yep.
All right, just a reminder, upcoming training, workplace violence, sexual harassment. Kim will be sending out, an email with some details on that, okay? So just double check, making sure you're getting something from Paris bookkeeper. We'll be coming out, just take a moment, just go through the class, do what we have to do, okay? If you felt you needed to come here to do it, just let us know as well, we'll set something up here, but it seems like you're just gonna do it, that's okay. Thanks. That's all I had at this moment. Any questions for me? All right. Highway, Wayne.
Highway, a few things. Actually, the first thing I wanna mention is we talked a little bit there last month about, doing a third week of comp time for the guys, so.
Yeah.
And then we don't officially bring it up, or I don't know if there's a motion or something you folks need to, I don't know what you need to do for it, or you wanna.
Yeah, it's all because of the employee handbook.
Right.
That we just need to make sure we have.
Okay,
it was
so I
done
guess,
right.
I don't know if you folks needed to,
Yes.
it's fine with me, 100% fine with me, I have no problem with it happening at all. For you guys.
What do you like to do? Right now they get 2 weeks of comp, and then obviously they just wanna be able to comp 3 weeks.
And basically, it's gonna obviously put a little more, save some money in the
It
long
does.
run in the budget.
Versus time and a half.
Overtime.
You know, in case I don't pay enough.
They'll use it, they'll obviously be compensated for time off. And
Right.
we don't have to take it out of the,
Out of the bucket line.
yeah.
Smart.
Smart.
Yeah.
So I just wanna make sure that was one of the, I
Okay.
told Mike, I kinda forgot that was one of the.
I knew it was on it. I knew it was.
Okay.
I knew it was gonna be.
Okay,
Okay, so we're looking for a motion then to, increase the highway department. Joe, do you wanna jump aboard on this, or
it's,
We can,
do you wanna do that just to
Yeah.
protect everybody? Okay, the highway department
it's just Robbie, so.
and the water department.
and I can tell you right now, this will not be a year thing,
I know.
because
Just goes
hopefully
once.
we don't have a winter like
Yeah,
this.
this is a little over the
Yeah,
top.
hopefully we're another 5 years before we gotta worry about doing what we're doing.
Okay.
It's, anyway,
I don't know, we should just keep it under as hourly employees. I don't know. I don't know if I should just word it like
I
that.
think I used all
And then, all right, we'll keep it with highway and the water department.
But I don't think it would affect the people that are salary anyway.
Definitely not salary, I just didn't know if it.
Everybody else is hourly, so I
Yeah, I
think.
just didn't know if it was, hourly employees. But I think, the employee handbook, I think reads highway.
We could just say highway and water.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. I think it's the safest way, because that's how it's reads in the employee handbook right now. Upping it 1 more week to 3 weeks of comp time. Yeah, that'll go a long way. That's pretty much it. Let's for a motion on that, please.
I'll make them.
And a second. All in favor? Anybody opposed?
Thank you, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
One of the others here, talk about some of the equipment anyway, we were talking earlier in the year about purchasing a tractor for the tractor deal that this other town had kind of fell through because they had a truck issue and they have to buy a truck. So we're probably not gonna pursue that. But we've, talked a little bit about, the pickup sweeper that we have in the town is, I think it's 25 or 6 years old, and it's really time to upgrade it. This company, J&J Equipment, we actually purchased a hot box from those folks, and they've been absolutely great service-wise. Anyway, this type of truck pickup sweeper, they'll sell used. A new one is, I think they said 380, 300, so anyway, we're not buying a used, we're not buying a new one, I'll tell you that. So, anyway, they talked to us that they put them in their fleet. They have probably 15 or 18 of these vehicles that they lease out, and after 5 or 6 years, they turn them loose to sell them to the public. And basically, I got all the information here on what year, it's 2019, 30,000 miles, blah, blah, blah. It's $175 for the truck. That's for the equipment. And it basically, any moving part, bearing, brooms, skids, anything that has to do with that machine being on the ground or scraping or what have you, it all comes replaced. It's all new equipment basically. So it's basically like getting a new piece of equipment with 30,000 miles on it.
Gotcha.
Pretty simple, but it basically, what it does too for us is it eliminates having to have 3 people with the broom, because we have to send a water truck with this machine, we have to send a dump truck with it to pick it up, which ties up all the road. This vehicle's all self-sufficient. It will be able to travel like a regular truck to dump where it's got a dump and what have you. So just and actually the hopper, I think, goes from a 3 or 3.5 yard to a 6.5 yard hopper on it, so we get twice as much material, we go twice as far. This-
And there's water also on that?
There's water on it, yep. It comes with like, I think, I can't remember if he said 250 or what, I can't remember the water capacity on it. But, and again, the broom we have, that only carries, it's less than 100 gallons of water that's on it, and it's never enough.
Sure.
But we talked, a while back there, JC and the folks had some, the ARPA stuff you talked about.
Right.
We earmarked some money for the machine, for basically for $100,000 to put toward the machine from the ARPA money, and we only have to pay $75,000 for the machine, basically, it's gonna be that, so.
Do they give you a warranty?
They'll give you a warranty, yep, I forget if you said the first or second, but there's a service, they'll service it, first, and really, there's a lot of less moving parts than the machine we have now. So it's basically bearings and a blower motor and stuff like that, it's not a chain, a conveyor, a broom, and this and that, and, you know, it just, so, and then we'll sell the broom we have, we'll get rid of that, for, I really don't know what it's worth. It's just, well, we piece that thing together for, you know, you gotta figure, after about 10, 12 years, it's picking up nothing but sandy, salty material, and it rots. I don't know how hard you clean it and take care of it and paint it, you know, it's just time for it. So anyway, that's, one of them.
I'm sorry, are we going, you're not getting the other one that Schmidt uses? Remember that one?
No, we're not
Okay,
getting that.
we're not getting that
No,
one.
this
This
is
will
actually,
replace it.
it's actually, yeah, this will replace that, actually. This is exactly, the only difference with this truck and the one that we're looking at is, they call it's got a chrome package, which I don't really care, that don't mean nothing, but basically it comes with aluminum wheels instead of painted wheels, it comes with a chrome bumper instead of a painted, just things like, but it doesn't cost anything. So that's where that is.
Okay, I think what we need to do with that though is, unless it's coming through a state, is that a state contract?
They are all in the, everything with the,
It's not state bid.
I know,
It's
it's
the-
sheriff,
maybe it's something.
yeah, it's something for.
It's not shared, it's,
No. Why can't think of the name of it?
what is it?
It's the same thing, it's, yeah,
I know, yeah.
but I can't remember.
They are
I wanna say
involved
SharePoint,
in
but I
it,
know
though.
that's-
They are involved in that, God, you had to say that.
I know.
Come on, Michael, help us out.
Ah,
Yeah,
shoot.
I can't remember.
Gina would know it. Too.
'Cause they always offer it to you, if it's either state bid or.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as that's considered state bid, if not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we
No,
gotta set
it
that
is.
up.
It is, and that was one of the things, because they actually invited us out, and I took 4 or 5 of the guys out to probably obviously be running the machine, and, you know, they explained it, it is, that was one of the questions, because I wanna say Kim or Mike said that we had to find that out.
Sure, okay.
It-
Yeah, because if not, we gotta put it out to bid.
Yeah, no,
We were hesitant because being a used piece, how are you gonna get a state contract, but if there are
yeah,
through the same.
It's falling under
agency.
that,
what is it called, man? Come on.
I'm thinking of sure something, but it's probably
I
not
know.
that.
But it is, it's basically that, exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so.
Sourcewell.
Sourcewell, thank you.
Sourcewell.
That's what it is. Thank you.
And it is, they are under Sourcewell, this company is under that, so.
Yeah, Sourcewell.
That was kind of nice,
State
yeah. you
contract,
didn't
yes,
have to do-
Sourcewell is considered a state contract.
Yep,
It's a state.
yep, that's exactly right.
So we're not
Good
bringing
thing you
it.
brought that.
Thank you, man, pull that one.
Yeah, that's how they can.
I don't know how I did.
That's how they can resell the used stuff through social.
Yeah, okay,
Yep,
that makes
yep,
sense.
And they are.
All right.
And, I mean,
Are you looking for us, then you looking for a resolution to
I,
pursue this,
if we have to, because I haven't, obviously, we haven't handed any money over at all or done anything to that, we just signed an agreement that says, yes, we're interested in it.
Okay.
So, if that's the case,
Okay, so you're looking for the resolution to be able to pursue the purchase of the, I gotta pick up sweeper, but I didn't know what year.
yeah, it's the
19.
2019.
2019, yep,
2019 pickup sweeper.
yeah, regenerative air sweeper is what they call it.
Okay,
And that's
alright.
good, because that's what we earmark the money for, is regenerative air.
Yep, that's exactly.
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
right, when it came right down to it, that's exactly what we did anyway. Alright, I don't think there's any issue besides, okay.
is. And we have the money in the budget, obviously, we're
Yeah.
not, I guess,
Okay, maybe you don't need a resolution if you're already
anyway,
in for it.
whatever you folks got.
Well, we only made a resolution to earmark the money.
Money.
You'd wanna make a resolution
To
to
purchase,
spend it.
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we're looking for a resolution then, to purchase this 2019 pickup sweeper, blah, 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 in the amount of, not going over.
It's actually, it's gonna be $175,000 FOB Brewing to be delivered, blah, 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 that's it.
Okay.
175.
At 175.
Yep.
Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make that motion.
Can I second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Second thing is, I got a phone call here a little while back from Art Hughes, who's the salesman for Utica Mac. And back before Jim had left, they put you had to, because they didn't know how we were gonna be able to buy a truck or buy heavy equipment, so you had to put your name in a spot, to hold a spot if this comes about, that
If you want.
we'll call you. Well, we'll call you if something comes up. And well, he did it, thank God, so I got a phone call from Art, and, they're going to be having an open build slot for a snowplow. Obviously, it'd be a Mack, basically like we have, except it'll be single wing, one wing. They have an open build spot in August for a truck. And it gets us, if it happens, if this can happen, obviously, it gets us before any of the dates or any of the stuff for, the electric vehicle stuff. And, talking to Art Hughes, he said that, I just wanna let you know that it's okay if it doesn't happen, I'll take you off the sheet, it's fine if we don't. He goes, but if you wait too long, it could be plus $200,000 for the vehicle. So the cabin chassis of the truck, I believe, is 173, what the spec was for that. And it will be plus $200,000 if they make us do an electric vehicle.
What's the lead time or something like
I wanna say, he said the cabin chassis itself could be October, November. The problem with it is, I don't wanna say problem, because it's actually okay if it takes that long, is the body, the plow equipment, and the sander body and what have you. That's part of, that would be Tracy Road equipment, like we had on the other stuff, the Everest stuff, and they're 16 months out.
That's what I
From-
thought, I thought.
They're 16 months out to delivery date, which was okay. I talked to Mike and Kim, were great about helping out with this, but it actually would work out good, because if it does take that long, which it probably would take that long, that the bond would be done for the other truck, and you would never miss.
You were just good.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect anything, so to speak. And we looked, we have money in the unexpended, plenty of it, that if the cabin chassis did come due, we could purchase it without doing anything, raising anything or
Yeah,
doing anything.
that was my concern, Mac's gonna wanna be paid,
Yeah,
after it's
Right,
built.
yeah.
And,
but we do have funds
Right, you got,
available for it.
Yeah.
And something else too, and it's funny, because I've never really been involved in the process except the fire truck when we've ever done it, but it's just funny that, the things that you learn off that we've been buying, and I'm like, why do we get this stuff? And when you actually talk to somebody, they're like, no, you don't have to do that, you can do this. Oh, just things are funny talking about, but that's where we are with that stuff.
So, do you want to proceed with, are you looking for a motion
I
to
guess
purchase?
I would, obviously, for whatever, the whole truck, but definitely the cabin chassis being this early, if we can, and we'll use, if need be, we'll use unexpended for the purchase of the cabin chassis. And then it basically puts it in our hands. Town of Bridgewater just did the same thing. Actually, they've had a brand new cabin chassis in their building for over a year.
Okay,
And the problem is, you could get the truck, but you just couldn't get the plow equipment and stuff. And I don't care, you go to Viking, you go to Trace, I don't care where you go, they're all in the same boat with this equipment. I don't know why.
yeah, I was gonna ask you, how come
I
Tracy's behind?
can tell you why, probably a lot of it is, it's Canadian.
I was just gonna say
To
that.
try to get
But it
stuff
sounds
from.
like that's only gonna get worse.
I know.
Yeah.
So that's where we,
Terrifying.
I mean, the truck actually will, if this does prevail, we're gonna get rid of an 07 that we had with 210,
Okay.
that's gonna be
Who
gone.
are you gonna ask that way? Which one's gonna go out the door?
2007 Sterling will be gone,
Oh,
Okay.
which basically it'd be 20 years old, pretty much by the time we got this truck, it'd be ready. and get rid of it.
Okay.
And then Max can handle the hills and everything.
Yeah, we,
Actually,
actually,
that's what's on the hills now.
yeah, both Max Falls, both the big hills
It's
are,
gonna be four-wheel drive.
it'll be rear wheel, it'll be a tandem. We got one four-wheel drive still, that's all we're gonna keep.
Okay, all right,
Yep, yep,
because I remember that one.
the big Oshkosh, that's the only four-wheel drive we're gonna keep.
Alright.
Yeah, that's,
Okay, so you're looking for a motion to purchase the, is it 2020?
it'd be a, let me see, it says on the thing here.
And that'd be the cab and chassis.
Yeah. 2025, I believe you said. Again, there's Sourcewell dealers right there, see, that, I should've just opened this, I would've knew what we were talking about. Actually, 2026.
Okay.
2026 model year.
So that's 175, right,
The
basically?
cab and chassis is 173, whatever, I forget, yeah, say 174 to be safe.
Yeah, not to exceed. Okay.
Say 174, and everything, you know,
How much is the plow?
plow
Do you know roughly? I mean, if you
Yeah,
said-
I actually reached out to Jeremy, Roden. John Roden is still doing it, but for years, John Roden has sold equipment for all the towns and stuff, and his son Jeremy, he's still there, but Jeremy's kind of taking over the snowplow, whatever. And, again, this stuff is tentative because if this tariff stuff does go through,
Right.
this could be a little bit more, but, the total list price of plow equipment, sander equipment, all the stuff that you need was, the list price was $236, and discount the total package price of the plows and bodies, $165.7. So basically, from 2021 or two, what is Mike's truck, 22? It's 2 or 3 years old. It's about a $38,000 difference from
Yeah,
what
about.
we did. Basically same truck, just, and again, they say it every year about emission stuff, and obviously I don't know what, ever, but usually emission, every year as they progress forward, it's usually a 15% increase, they tell us when you do fire trucks.
Yeah.
I'm sure this stuff is
Actually, it's lower than I thought it was gonna be.
Honestly, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, so did I.
so that's kind of where that is, and obviously we can wait on
No,
this stuff, this
so
is gonna be.
you, okay, so you want at least that motion so you get that spot and
Yep,
back, right?
that's fine, just so we can tell
That's nice.
Art that we can have the spot, and, cause he told me, he goes, you guys don't want it, he goes, I got 110 people that want it.
Okay, all right.
He goes, I will have this filled in 5, I said, okay, Louis,
Okay,
we'll make sure.
I know Mac and Art there, they're good to us, so all
And
these.
the nice thing about paying for that cab chassis out of unexpended balance is you only have to finance 160,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
You can shorten that bond up if you
Our
wanted,
bond
to
will be a lot smaller.
you know,
Yeah.
and maybe purchase another truck, you know, because
Yeah.
you gotta get on that list because it's a year or two out.
Well, what happened
So-
is, the problem what happened was, what we did is, when Woody left and Mike took over, we purchased a couple of trucks for a cheaper price, and they were 100% cheap.
Yeah,
And the engines in them they cost $25,000 every time a cylinder went, and it really put the town back a
Yeah.
lot. Because technically, the '07, that should be already gone.
sure, that's right.
If it worked the way it was.
Sure.
And unfortunately, we had to get rid of a 2009 and a 2010, and keep the '07 and the '06 and those trucks, because them trucks
Was it
were
Freightliner?
money pits.
Freightliners?
Great, absolutely horrible. Now you can't even buy them with any of that, you
No.
can't get it.
Okay,
They don't even make them because they were so,
so bad.
it's horrible.
But they weren't intended for plowing, correct?
Well, they were a vocational truck, I guess is what you say. They really, Bob Rib used to say years ago, you can put a snowplow on anything. I can put a snowplow on a bus if you want me to. But not, is it gonna work? No. So that was one of them deals out. It was a good idea, and it was cheap. That was the problem. It was cheap.
Well, the county bought them too.
They have no more. Actually, they probably got rid of them in the last 2 years. They don't even have a truck. Because the same reason.
Right.
And every time, the problem was the engines in them, they call it, it's Mercedes engines that are in these trucks, that when the cylinder went, you had to pull 90% of the top of the engine off to get a cylinder out. There wasn't like Cummins or one of them, they all had 3 separate heads, if the front one goes, you pull it, you could do half of them. These trucks had to all be pulled apart to get to it. It was just a bad design.
Sure.
and costs a lot of money.
Okay, all right, so we're looking to do a motion to purchase, 2026, cabin chassis, truck. Not to exceed, $174,000. That's really kind of all we need at the moment.
Where's that made? Mac?
Through Mac.
What is it?
I'm just curious.
One Skeety, one at Muscatine, something, Pennsylvania.
Oh, here.
It's made here.
Okay.
It's like Macajinji, or I can't remember it. They used to be made in Allentown, but they're in another section of Pennsylvania that they build the trucks. They're here in the United States.
Okay.
With Mac in there, you got that, Mike? Okay, can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make that.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank you.
All right, good deal. All right. What else, man? Good?
No, that's it, I'm
Don't
done.
answer anything.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. The problem is, it's just been so busy to be able to get stuff, just off to say something with winter,
Perfect.
so we're good.
Thank you, thank you. It's winding down, so.
It's winding down. We've had 2 crews out patching today, so
Yeah.
nobody can come and complain about potholes.
Yeah, hot box, right? That's
We
good.
had them out and we had our 1 ton there, we're kind of trying to split them up on each side, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Great. I hope that hot box is working well too, right? That's
Oh, yeah, that thing's,
good.
that's one of the best purchases we've ever bought.
I'm glad. Yeah,
Yep, that thing works awesome.
Good.
I can't even tell you, I bet we put 35 ton of material through this thing. When we tell that company that we've done that, they're like, I can't believe that. I mean, they use it, you
Yeah,
know?
it's good. I'm so glad.
God, we're so glad to hear that, you know, they're just tickled about hearing it.
Sure.
Okay, good. Gina is out sick. Mike, did you have anything?
I don't have anything, but Association of Towns dinners, March 20th, 2025 at Marble Hill Inn. RSVP with Gina by the 14th if you wanna go. Let's see, speaker Kathy Seville, Director, Investment Services, I guess, probably Association of Towns.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Everyone saw the budget too. The budget looked good from Danielle. Nothing too crazy. We're still on track. Nothing looks bad. Yep. We're doing good. Doing good.
Good.
All right. I know, yeah, Gina's sick, but we're gonna call Gina. She just wanted to go in executive session because she wanted to talk about proposed litigation with us. Joe, did you have anything before I close?
Actually, I just have one thing that I didn't have when Mike asked me. Everything, the new pump station, soft drink plant, all that stuff, and the piping and hydrants has gone for state approval.
Oh, great.
Okay, so
All right.
I do need to be happy to hear that.
Yes.
I just got the email yesterday. So I was tagged in it, so, or
Yeah.
copied in it, so they are definitely out, because Eric called me about it yesterday.
Okay, that's great. Start moving forward with
Yeah.
some, getting that building built
Yes.
and,
So,
long overdue.
yeah, they're open a short approval.
Great.
Because Jack was here today, trying to help Clayville with their problems.
Oh, okay.
So,
And Morgan Road's leaking.
To town.
what's that?
I didn't have your number, I called Wayne.
Yeah,
Just driving on Morgan Road, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then I'm like, I know it's not ours, but
No.
probably tell somebody.
I said, I've been leaking since Friday.
Don't worry about it.
I got calls too.
Did you?
So,
Oh, no, no,
Joey too,
people
like,
just-
Now you have Joey's
You know, you
number.
wanted people to pay attention to something, they wouldn't pay attention to a damn
Yeah.
thing. Something like that, oh my God.
Actually, bro, I think it's just the snow melting. But it wasn't. I didn't drive by it.
No,
so
it wasn't just snow.
It wasn't. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. All right. All right, thanks, Joe. Appreciate that update, that's huge. Gary, nothing?
Yeah, pickleball courts aren't open yet, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Come on, we gotta open up today.
Shovel them off. We don't want
16th,
to-
no.
By the end of the week, they should be pretty close.
Once they open, I'm gonna order the bench to go inside of it. So
Alright,
we're
good.
gonna put it- I got still got it on my desk, so.
If you
Was
need
it
to.
Opening soon?
I mean,
I don't think.
Well, no,
We gotta
listen,
be careful.
I don't, whatever you guys say or whatever, just call, we'll come, we'll get the snow out of the way. If you're gonna open it
just
early,
keep an eye on the weather. just-
Yeah, that's all we're doing, yeah.
that's up to you guys, but if you just call and say, hey, you wanna move that.
if it's truly gonna be upper sixties this weekend, people are gonna be itching.
Yeah.
Well, they.
And I know that, but if it snows, you know what's gonna happen, they're gonna go in there with their shovels and everything else.
Oh, yeah, you don't wanna,
And take the surface off, so, I mean, I'm not trying to be the spoiler, but I wanna keep them in good shape.
that's fine. We used to say,
Yeah, I probably won't do it until we end
That-
up.
right, what do you?
So just leave the snow there, and we'll deal with it.
Wherever you go.
That's all. But JC will get the phone calls.
Usually
I
April 15th.
will.
April 15th, yeah, I'm hoping that's gone by next week.
I mean, I just worry about, because if it snows and then it gets icy down there, people can't get their cars.
Yeah.
fixed
Can't get
and
back
everything.
out.
I don't like to leave it.
And plus, we don't wanna waste salt.
Yeah.
No.
Say that, that's cold.
Okay. All right, let's see here. If that's the case, I'm gonna go into executive session. Anybody else? All right. Okay, motion to go to executive session at 5:30 for litigation reasons.
I'll make the date.
Oh, second. All in favor? Thank you. Everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Motion to come out of executive session at 5:51 PM.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, just for the record, no decisions were made during the executive session. Motion to pay the vouchers.
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Let's see, motion to close the meeting at 5:52 PM.
I'll make it.
All right, second.
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right, thank you, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Get some of that sun, get some of that warmth if you can.